Hello, it's almost 9 p.m. here in Fort Worth, Texas. Um, I noticed, let's see, where did I put that? I can't reach it now. The Sound Blaster X4 is the sound box that I had hooked up yesterday. Well, earlier today. The video effect just made. I'm not good with audio because of hearing loss since I was in first grade. But there's something, I'm sure there's a name for, if you're a musician or into audio, you'd say, I'm not sure if you'd say, I think you'd say something other than echo, but there was just something about that sound card causing that, which I didn't like. I don't know about you, it's your end, I think the same thing. So I've now switched back to my $24 sound card, or it's external, and I think the audio now will be new and improved. It'll be, because I've used this before. I just had I've been going to the dollar store, and I just had a little too spicy for me. So I'm thinking it's probably $1.29. I think instead of $1 now, I think the sort of the minimum standard thing is $1.29. And I got a feeling that, but it was pretty good. So I think we're going to order. Darlene is paying for an order of food to be delivered for tomorrow. We haven't ordered it yet. She takes care of all the ordering for food. And so I probably won't go tomorrow, but I'm going to pick up some more of this, but in different flavors. Or the dollar store, it's kind of funny. Every time I go, they'll be totally out of some things, and then there'll be other things they just have a few of, and it's kind of, I think it's got something to do with their stocking or what they're ordering or something. But if they've got that kind of things, I think I'm going to order some more of those. Let's see, what else is going on here? Thinking about moving some stuff around a little bit in the room, but I got pretty much everything new and improved. Not new purchased, but new. Also, we had a lot of artificial firewood or whatever for fireplaces because of the thing a couple years ago where hundreds of people died in Texas because the power grid went down, and so far it hasn't gone down, but at that time that it went down, it was wintertime, and we were without power for about 3 days, and it was miserable. So anyway, my son moved most of it out to our patio, got it stacked out there. And when I can afford it, I want to buy some that's not expensive. I checked, canvas type thing that I can cover it up, and it'll have where I can run a chain or something through it and padlock and make it a little difficult for somebody to steal. It'd be difficult now because it is heavy and there's no door, on the patio back there. It's just a fence or whatever, not a fence, thing around it. So if you've seen some of my videos, you may have seen a little bit of it. Maybe not. I still haven't made much progress on the CyberLink software that I paid for. Well, I'm paying for it monthly, so it's not, I think it may be only like $11 or $12 a month, and I can stop it at any time. So it's not like it's you know, $150 investment or something that I paid for a product, and then so I'm going to try to start using the, because it's multiple packages of, you know, that you have to buy. I mean, you get them in one pack, in a group, you know. So the one for doing screen saving, so far, of course, I just messed with it for a very few minutes. But the, I think the editing of images or whatever will work out good for me when I get around to that. Also, for some reason, I went and looked at, I think somebody clicked on it, left a comment, I think that was it, my video about John F. Kennedy's assassination. And the video is really poor because the cameras back then were not, you know, not good. When the cameras first became available for, like, you're plugging into your computer or whatever, back then it was RS-232 port, and that was before the invention of, you know, USB or anything like that. And you know, the cameras, as you can see, have improved greatly, and the audio has improved greatly. But the one about, you know, John F. Kennedy's assassination or whatever wasn't a great video. It's on here on YouTube by me. Maybe I'll put a link to it below. I'm not sure, because the quality of the video is not good, because that's what the cameras were producing then. But I think what I could try to do is run this new software, and I think it would go through the one that does the, I'm not even sure which one it is, CyberLink, photo directory, audio directory. There's something in there where it will take power directory. There's something in there where it will take, I think, that video and improve its quality. And I'm not sure about the audio, if it needs improving. Maybe it does, because the microphones weren't that good either back then. So it gives me something to do. By the way, if you know, there's no telling how you might find this. You know, you do a search for something. If you're not a regular, please, you know, please click, you know, subscribe, and click the thumbs up so you'll get a message whenever I upload a video. Please do that. But if you're somebody who just stumbled on here, especially if you're somebody that's a regular, and if for some reason when you run across a video that really sucks that I did, you know, take down the link or the title, and I'll go back, and if it's because it could easily be something maybe that I will just delete, because it's just, there have been like some that are about news stories that I mentioned back when it happened, and it's been years, you know, have gone by, and nobody remembers the story and nobody cares, you know. So if you run across some of that stuff, let me know and I'll delete it. I just mentioned, which it turns out I guess I didn't. I thought I was hitting 2,000 videos online, but it looks like it hasn't clicked over to 2,000 yet. It's 1,000, let's see, or was it 3,000? It's going to click over to. No, it was 2,000 videos. So, but I don't mind deleting. Now, some of the very early ones I want to leave because it blows people's minds away. they'll leave comments, 15 years, this video was made 15 years ago. I can't believe this person, I didn't know they could make videos 15 years ago, So there'll be some of those early ones that I want to keep, even if they're bad. I haven't seen the one that in a long time, I haven't seen it. There was one where the webcam, and I think it was one of the early webcams, the big thing that it had was that the camera would follow you. Not actually, it wasn't actually moving, but if I moved or whatever, it would go that way, and it would try to find my face. And I was talking about, I think, maybe something that was serious. And the camera was going down to my crotch. Now, of course, I had my pants on and whatever, but it was going down. Then it would come back up. And I know one person, I think maybe more than one person. Why are you aiming the camera at your crotch? So that was the camera doing it. There are some, but I don't need. I don't need them for what I'm doing here. Now, back when I was streaming video 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years, depending on where I was, I would have a camera up in the corner, aimed down, taking in the entire room, and I liked that, and I think maybe some other people did too. And I've mentioned before that when I watch other people's videos, I like to see, what have they got behind them on the wall? What have they got sitting on the the table or the desk? And I like seeing the background stuff. And I mentioned once before there was a small town in Italy, and it was like what you'd expect. I'd never been to Italy. I'd never been to Europe. The only place I've been outside the United States was to Mexico for 3 days or 4 days or something like that with the family. And but this small town, I don't know where that, I guess I could do a search. But anyway, I would go there. It was live streaming, and it'd be early in the morning, maybe a Sunday morning, and the camera would be aimed out the window or whatever at the square, and then you'd see the town, you'd see the little thing starting up. People, the church door being, maybe they didn't lock the church, I don't know, but church, people starting to go in for church, people opening up their market little stands and stuff like that. And I enjoyed that a lot. And then, of course, there's a category on here of walking, talking videos, and I did those, and a lot of people liked those. I've mentioned how much they liked them. They're in one of the directories or whatever we call them here, and you can see them. I also like videos of storms, but I lost a bunch of those videos. I've mentioned that before, how it happened, stupidity on my part. And now I'm not in the good enough condition really to be, just even holding up, unless I'm out on the patio, leaning against a railing or whatever. But so far as walking, I'm having difficulty, walking. I mean, I also don't have the shoes that I need because my feet were so swollen. Now they're not swollen as enough. And so, by the way, Mailbird is right now, well, more than one, but Mailbird is the mail program that I'm using, but the others I'm probably running also. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry that I didn't have something more for you, but I do think I fixed the audio. If you watched yesterday's, or maybe it was this morning, if you watched it, I think you're going to see the difference. For some reason, my ex-wife and our son she's in there, they're talking, and I think you're hearing that in the background. And it's just, for some reason, it's been a recent thing. I never had this much going on in the background, and so that's why I also thought, I think all of the headsets that I have, well, I don't have very many. I gave them away, and I wouldn't give away a used headset. I mean, I got them for reviewing free, and I would review them, then I'd give them away to people, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I was a river unto my people. That's from a movie. So I was maybe looking for, maybe I need to do a search and look, and if you have some recommendations. I hate to spend a lot of money because I've had some headsets that were cheap, and the microphone on it was okay. In fact, that's the only thing I use. I don't use but maybe the microphone, on a headset would cut out some of the chatter that's going on in the background. And I've still got that thing. In fact, I had it up here for a few hours the other day or whatever. I have room for that now. I don't think it's working that great, because I think the sound probably bounces around. I don't want to stick any of that sound absorbing material to the walls. Although when they rent these places out, they have people come in and clean them and everything, and they put in new carpeting, and they come and paint everything. But of course, if I were moving, I guess I'd probably pull that stuff off the wall. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess this thing up for any more than it is, Anyway, thanks very much for watching.